the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. Sheryl Sandberg scrambles to hide. Hashtag metoo 2019 backlash numbers. The Guardian, NBC News, Newsweek's, New York Post, New York Times, Breitbart, Insurance Business Magazine, CNBC, Reason Magazine are all reporting this. If you'd like to donate to the channel, please do so at paypal.me/Shakaama or cashapp.me/$Shakaama. What's a business person's worst nightmare? Not that you're going out of business. If that happens, you just get a new business loan, order some new insurance, pick up the pieces, and start over. Oh, and you don't even start all over. All your customers that you did have will be there for you to give them your new location. Bigger and better. No, a business person's worst nightmare is the whole reason for your business's existence being seen as a scam, unnecessary, a hoax. What if you were Sara Lee and you make pies, and the New England Journal of Medicine came out with a report that said all pie is inherently dangerous, and anyone that eats pie is risking everything. But wait, what if they went on to say, we have a solution if you really like pie but don't want to risk it all? Cookie pies and muffin pies, all the same great taste of pie, but none of the risk. And you can make them at home with even less risk and more peace of mind because you know what goes into it. Well, this is the predicament Sheryl Sandberg finds herself in. If you don't know who she is an American technology executive, activist, and author. She is the Chief Operating Officer of Facebook and founder of leanin.org. In June 2012, she was elected to the board of directors by the existent board members, becoming the first woman to serve on Facebook's board, which isn't an accomplishment since Facebook is literally not even old. As the founder of leanin.org, Sheryl is pushing for women as some foreign object to be included in American society, as if women were aliens. leanin.org is a 501 nonprofit organization founded by Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg in 2013, dedicated, quote, to offering women the ongoing inspiration and support to help them achieve their goals, end quote. The organization desires to support women in three main ways: community, education, and circles, or small coordinated peer groups that meet to share their experiences and learn together. So, Sheryl has this business that intrinsically wants women to succeed over men. Inherent in that scheme is men. Men have to give up their jobs, positions, roles in companies for women. And guess what? Everything was going according to plan until #MeToo. Actually, when #MeToo first started, everything was going great. Even men were on board. But then word spread that you could claim #MeToo and get men fired get their reputation destroyed, or even get their money and send them to jail. That's when the scrambling started to happen. When women made the mistake of going to court to get the money, and judges started asking for proof, or worse, police. Police who never ask for evidence. Police who normally just haul men off to jail without a shred of evidence. Police who just take her word for it normally for decades, started asking women for proof. District attorneys started charging women with false reports. Judges started awarding men, yes, men, with money from women for false accusations. Judges, yes, judges, who in divorce court used to take women's word for it that the husband did this, that, and the other to her, that the father did this, that, and the other to the children, and just award them with all sorts of money, sole custody of the children, no visitation rights, because she was scared of the man she's been with for 15 years. These same judges started sending women to jail for false reports. Then the numbers came in. How bad is it? How widespread is it? The numbers were so high. In Japan, they have started offering false accusation insurance. And guess how many takers do you think they got? There are so many paying for this insurance that it is literally popular now. And guess what? You haven't seen an investigation until an insurance company starts an investigation. Insurance hates to pay out a 1 red cent. So you can believe when an insurance company comes after you, the jig is up. To really put a halt to false accusation, no one has done it better than Great Britain. In Great Britain, they elevated the crime of a false accusation from, quote, wasting police time, which carried a maximum of 6 months in jail, to, quote, perverting the course of justice, which carries a maximum of life in prison. To show how much they don't care, women try to petition that these women not be prosecuted. The gall to go to the House of Commons to say that women who could throw men in jail, ruin his life, take all his money, shouldn't be prosecuted is astounding. But let's not forget that on the basis of such an accusation, a well-respected politician, married with children, took his own life. Come to find out, it was indeed a false accusation. But the news hounded him and drug his reputation through the mud. The damage was complete. Let's not forget that a teenager accused a teenage boy falsely, and the news hounded him, accused him over and over. And not only did he take his life, but his mother also took her life right after he did. She could not handle the loss of her son. To send a clear message to women, in Great Britain, the courts started prosecuting these women as the highest offense. To add insult to injury, an American man, a law expert, went over to the English House of Commons to testify on behalf of the women's group, protesting the prosecution of these false accusers. Well, that all was enough. They sent out a survey of American male managers. How was the #MeToo movement affecting your work? The answer was a staggering 65% now will not have anything to do with women at work. They won't mentor them. They won't hold private meetings with them. They won't attend after-hour functions with them. They won't fly on airplanes, even several rows with them, or some won't even fly on the same plane with them. They won't book hotel rooms near theirs, nor even on the same floor for business trips. They will not give up their position for a woman to have it. Sheryl Sandberg is scrambling to hide the #MeToo numbers, and she's scrambling to spin the survey as not being a backlash. No one couldn't say this isn't a backlash, because the survey conducted years before, numbers have now doubled. There is no spin. The spike in the false accusations also has the #MeToo activists scrambling. But of course, they're not scrambling for anything good. They're scrambling to say there is no spike in false accusation. They're scrambling to say women don't lie. They're scrambling to say to just believe women, any woman, any time. The real problem is this was overtaken by the feminist movement. Did you know originally this wasn't a feminist thing at all? This was started by ordinary women with a real gripe. And then the feminists took it over. And I'm not just trying to stir the coffee, but it seems that the entire movement has failed. What once even men were behind, #MeToo, turned even women off. They started bringing up men that looked at women, not wrongly, just looked at women. They started saying men should try to not approach women. Men shouldn't try to ask women for their number. Men shouldn't even speak to women. And if they did, they got the #MeToo treatment. Reputation ruined, and possible trip to court based on nothing, based on some idea that men and women shouldn't be together. It finally took a turn for the worse when a woman accused a celebrity of something when she in fact initiated everything, went along with everything, stayed the entire evening, engaged in activities over and over and over and over. Once that story came out, even activists turned on her and then started looking at their own movement. Then the dam broke. Lead feminist activists started being accused themselves, and these were not false accusations. Women finally broke ranks to report that they asked, and that it brought to the attention of the public. So, when Sheryl Sandberg says there is no problem, that men should give way to women, that there is no backlash to women, it is a false report. The numbers are crystal clear. Men are not going to mentor you. Finally, some women have called for women-only businesses, and men aren't saying anything. None of the men are complaining that you can't have a female-only business. Men are saying, more power to you. Men aren't replacing retiring women with other women. They're being phased out. Miss Sheryl Sandberg can claim there is no problem, all she wants, but those numbers are in too. Female managerial participation is down by 30%. And while that should sound minor, you have to remember that the millions of businesses that have been started now, whereas before it was tens of thousands. Sheryl Sandberg tells women they can have it all: a loving husband, a career, and all the money that they want if they just open their mouth. Well, they opened their mouth, and now you're trying to put Pandora back in the box. Women lie, and often. It might be good to get the false accusation insurance policy, men. Thank you for watching and listening. If you want to donate, do so at paypal.me/Shakaama or cashapp.me/$Shakaama. Leave a like and subscribe. The channel is almost in ruins. I'm doing this in an ASMR tone so that I can make it an ASMR, and perhaps I will get onto the ASMR charts. If you don't like the video, do me a favor and keep that to yourself. I am no longer tolerating free speech on my channel because liberals don't tolerate free speech on their channel. YouTube doesn't tolerate free speech on its platform. So I'm just going with the flow. If you don't like the channel and you say something, I will ban you.